Rosebuck, you are cleared for takeoff when ready. Climb 300 at QFE 29.38.
Thank you for your lot. Hold on, I just got to hang my mic up. Are you still there, Jetalot? Showing 0 viewers. And of course, yeah, if you're still there, it's a Mark 9 Spit, LF9, so yeah, it's a beaut. I suspect you've gone though. If you're still there, I probably need to refresh the chat. Oh, okay, you're still there, that's good. It's odd that it shows a 0 count every now and again, even though someone's there. Yeah, and it's good at that. YouTube is good at playing up. Sometimes it stops completely, it stops giving me messages. So people write something and I don't respond, and it's because I haven't even seen it. So if you wouldn't mind, when you leave, just say, I'm going, or words to that effect, so that I know, and I won't end up talking to myself. And I recognise your icon there, Jetalot, but I can't remember what you were before. I remember the icon, but I can't remember the name that went with it. So who were you? I can't remember the name, I'm sorry. I certainly recognise the icon. I will know your name instantly once you tell me. I just can't always tie names to icons that well. Oh right, so is this the first time you've spoken or viewed my channel? Because if that's the case, then very welcome. Yeah, and this is the Spit LF Mark 9, so and that's almost exclusively what I fly, whether I'm in DCS or War Thunder or IL2 or FSX. So I'm afraid I'm going to have to call you Jet, is that okay? Hold on, I saw you put a message but I can't look at it yet. I think it's time for me to go land and get more fuel, more ammo. Right, so from an old shoot 'em up called Deuce Vault, I don't know, I've never heard of that. I'm pretty new to all this, I suppose. LF Mark 9, to me it's the top of the Spit tree. I know it's not the latest, but to me it's the top of the Spitfire tree. I think it's brilliant. It's got this Merlin engine, you can push it. Doesn't overheat too much, it's got cannon, it's lovely. So I'm going to land. Do you do DCS, Jet? So I've just put my prop pitch fully fine. I'll lose a bit of speed now. Before I land, I'll open my cockpit because you're supposed to. Yeah, I do War Thunder as well. I think I had a bit too much right rudder. Need to lose some speed again now. Gear down. Flaps down. How long you been into War Thunder, Jet?
Request rearming. Copy.
Oh, okay, yeah, and War Thunder's got a magnificent graphics, hasn't it? I think they're brilliant for graphics. I don't know if have you ever flown the LF9 in DCS at all? Oh, okay, that's a pity, although it does take some resource out of your computer, that's for sure. But the difference between War Thunder, flying a Spit and War Thunder, and flying it in DCS is, as an example, if you're taxiing, I don't know if you saw me taxiing earlier on before I took off, but to taxi, to turn right, I've got to give it right rudder and some brake. Right, so that's brake fully off, that's brake fully on. I have to give it right rudder and some brake, and have the throttle correct. To left turn, obviously I'm doing the same, left rudder and some kind of braking. So it's really uncomfortable to taxi, it really is. It's nice when you got the hang of it. And for a long time I struggled with this Spitfire, couldn't take off, couldn't land, and either I improved, which I think is a little bit unlikely, or they adjusted the flight model. My son reckons that if they had adjusted the flight model, because it's a serious sim, they would have to make mention of it, which they never seem to. So it's, I don't know whether I just got used to it and got better and suddenly got the hang of it, or what. But now I can take off, and as you saw, I can land reasonably. But when you land, you have to let go stick and use the brake again on the rudder pedals. Now when I take off in the Spit in DCS, I have to give it, as they would in real life, this is all like real life stuff, full elevator, full right aileron, and then ideally put my boost and take off at about 8, but invariably I end up at about 12. I seem to have more control with that. So I'm going to shut up for a minute and take off and hope that I can put what I just said into practice without messing up too much. I've got my nose down, which is one division of nose down. In War Thunder that equates to about 20%, and it seems to work. I need a Spit sim stick, says Commander Cosmos. He keeps trying to tell me that I've got to buy a sim stick, a Spit sim stick. It's only about 1700 quid for the basic. I'm going to take off now, so I'm going to shut up while I do that. close the cockpit because you're supposed to. Yeah, well, if I'm going to go that far, Jet, I might as well just buy a complete spit, mightn't I? Yeah, right. I'm going to go back and have another go at those targets. I'm not sure if I've made some adjustments in DCS and in my NVIDIA card settings. I think they might have helped, but it's very difficult to say. Things are a bit better at the moment, but that might be because I've left it to settle down for quite a long time before I started flying. But normally when I find my guns the first time, I get a freeze and quite possibly crash due to that freeze. Anyway, good evening, Commander. Nice to see you here. I'll take this last truck. Commander Cosmos is going to buy me a Spitfire, a real one, if he wins the lottery. I'm going to go and hit those tankers now, the fuel trucks that are on the road. There's some vehicles on the bridge which are now shooting at me. I'm going to ignore everything here now and fly across to another point on the map where there are some cars. They're almost like civilian cars, and there are foot soldiers there. There's a line of tanks just down there, but I'm going to ignore them as well. There's some vehicles on the bridge just down there, just beyond the bridge, 4 of them, and they will shoot at me. So I'm going to fly to this other point and you'll see the other cars. You have to repeat that one, Jet. Can you? YIRL. I haven't got the capacity to think about what that might mean at the moment, so I'm going to have to let you translate it. Oh right, so I have done just a couple of fun lessons, that's all, in a Piper Cherokee, and if you look on my channel, look in the playlist, one of those in the playlist is an 8-minute excerpt from my lesson, which I had a videographer and photographer in the back, and they did the whole lot for me. They filmed the whole lot, took photos of the whole lot, and that was really good. So if you want to look through that playlist that I have on my channel, you'll be able to find that. It's only about 8 minutes out of the hour. I was surprised at how much time I was given control for. I was even taxiing to the runway. As soon as we got off the grass, away from the other aircraft, the instructor had me using the rudder to taxi to the runway, and then later on, obviously, I was getting full control of the aircraft and trimming the aircraft. That was quite an accomplishment. I was quite pleased with that. It took me about 5 minutes, and the instructor said, "Oh, that normally takes me a whole lesson to get people doing that." I suppose it's because it's a bit like in the Cherokee. It's a bit like rubbing your tummy and patting your head. Some people can't do that, but I used to work in a band. In fact, if you go to my About tab and look right down the bottom, you'll see stuff to do with that, and there's a link. And so playing bass and doing vocals at the same time, that is sort of perhaps a certain amount of training for doing two things at once. A spit sim and 40 hours of flying lessons. Oh, it was a lovely experience, Jet. It was really good. And so was working in the band. Did that for 20 odd years. I've lost where I was going. Hold on, I wasn't looking. Let me do a turn. So I think they must be behind me. No, I've lost them. Well, let's just do a turn. They must still be behind me. I need to find a building that's a marker for me. There's a warehouse that's nice to bomb. It goes up quite nicely and carries on exploding for the rest of the time. And that's my marker normally. Because I was chatting, I wasn't taking too much notice of where I was. Ah, okay, there they are. They're cars and foot soldiers down there. You'll see them scatter when I get close enough. I'll leave it on zoom. There they go. Ah, I killed 5 soldiers. Thank you, sir. I used to be almost exclusively War Thunder because I was struggling with DCS and the Spitfire, but now I'm easily 50-50. There's also a gas tank. When I say gas, I mean like butane or propane or something, not as in petrol type gas in the States. What part of the world are you from, Jet? London. I was born and raised there till the age of 6. Right, I should get this propane tank on the second run. I wasn't enough. I was too close. I wasn't close enough to get it before. That got it. It only needed about 2 more bullets. And let's see if I can find the other bit. And I might, if you're going to be around, I might even get some bombs and show you what I mean. There's the white building just dropping below the centre of the screen. That's the warehouse, and if I hit that with bombs, it's like a little firework display for the rest of the battle. Are you going to be around for a little while, Jet, or are you going to go soon? There it is. So I'm going to land again. Ah, looks like Jet's gone, so is that... I just realised I missed the one about dinner. So is that the commander still left? Is that you, sir? So, come on, own up. Who's still watching?
Request rearming. Copy. Arming complete.
Okay, I'm seeing a figure of 0 viewers at the moment. I'm thinking that I might close the stream at least temporarily if there's someone there. If you want to say hello, and if you want me to go another circuit, I will, but I'm thinking that I'll close the stream. So is there anyone there, despite 0 watching as shown? Okay, I'm guessing no one there, so I'm now going to close the stream and come back later.